Fire department personnel should be able to inspect systems identifying problems that may cause the system to be out of service or impaired. However, fire department personnel should not attempt to perform any maintenance procedures. Fire department personnel should witness systems tests as part of the pre-incident preparation to become more familiar with the systems and how they operate. While the fire department may have the right to inspect, obtaining permission to inspect before starting will go a long way towards establishing goodwill between your organization and the public. Never simply assume that the occupant is ready to grant you full access to their property without first asking. When inspecting sprinklers, two of the most common problems facing the fire department is obstructions and improperly spaced heads due to remodeling or moving equipment and commodities. Obstructions include materials that alter or block the discharge of water from the heads or block access to the riser or FDC. Every time you enter a sprinkler-protected occupancy that has changed business, the first thing you should wonder is, did they update and upgrade the sprinkler system? This is a leading cause of sprinkler system ineffectiveness, and it is completely preventable. When inspecting wet systems, or any time you look at a sprinkler system, you should make sure the control valves are open, and if they are not open, report it immediately. Acceptance testing may be witnessed by a representative of the fire department, but a representative from the installation contractor should conduct the test. System tests are conducted by occupancy or contract personnel trained to perform these tests. These tests may also be witnessed by the fire service personnel to verify the records and to make response personnel more familiar with the systems in their area. The test procedures are outlined in NFPA 25, local ordinances, and fire codes. Testing and inspection of dry pipe systems is similar to the testing and inspection of wet pipe systems, but have some additional steps regarding the system that keeps them dry. Inspection and testing of deluge and pre-action systems is the same as for wet and dry pipe systems. However, it should be inspected monthly or even weekly or daily during freezing conditions. The detection system should be tested twice yearly, and the system itself should be actuated and tripped annually. It is most desirable for the fire sprinkler system to be fully restored prior to the fire department leaving the incident scene. However, with no credentialed fire protection technician on scene, this may be impossible. Establishing a fire watch or returning to the scene to recheck may be an acceptable practice depending on the jurisdiction. It is important to remember that due to liability, fire department personnel should not change sprinkler heads or take other action in an attempt to restore the system unless authorized by your agency. Restoring a wet pipe system is really just a matter of replacing the fused head and allowing the alarm valves to reset themselves. Restoring dry pipe systems is more complicated, and the steps for resetting a dry pipe valve can be found in the test section on dry pipe system trip testing. The process for restoring a deluge or pre-action system varies from system to system. Again, the bottom line is that restoring the system, while desirable, should only be done by authorized personnel willing to accept the associated liability or as authorized by your agency. For a sprinkler system to be effective, it must be in service continually with limited interruptions. Service interruptions or impairments can be broken down into planned and unplanned interruptions. When service to a sprinkler system is interrupted, countermeasures must be put into place to make sure the safety of the occupants and occupancy is not compromised. The actions to be taken during interruptions are also guided by NFPA 25, local ordinances, or fire codes. According to NFPA records, 80% of all fire fatalities occur in residential occupancies. Therefore, two standards were written to guide the economical installation of sprinkler systems in residential occupancies. These standards were designed differently than the standards for commercial occupancies so that the installation of sprinkler systems would be in reach of the homeowner. They are designed to maintain survivable conditions so that the occupants can escape.